We are in Redding, California. You already know what it is. We are on the West Coast with the one and only Miss Jill Clark.
Hi there.
Let us know where we're at.
You're in Redding, California. We are Modern Elite Venues. So we
Address,
have
Instagram.
Sure, the Instagram is Modern Elite Venues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Address.
2195 Larkspur Lane, Redding, California, 96002.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's
Okay.
take it inside. Let's go. I see you guys have this big A sign right here. Beautiful.
Yeah, well, because of the way the building is set up, let me shut this.
Walking so fast. Wait, what are we?
I know,
we're
but
walking.
I'm trying to shut this so that you can see.
Okay, walk me through this, that, all this beautiful real estate.
Yeah, so this is our main entry. We actually have two businesses out of here.
Right.
So we have a counseling and wellness business on this side of the building, and we do retreats and such. And so that's why we did the event space.
Right.
We wanted to be able to have our community come in and do events. And there's not a lot of event space here in Redding. So, and nothing like this.
Right,
So it's been kind of
absolutely.
fun. So we have bathrooms here, which we redid with just paint,
Ooh.
but they were bad.
Oh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
This is perfect. Absolutely. You said they were bad. What'd you have to do? to
They
them?
were, the tile was mint green, like
Oh, wow.
1990s mint green.
Oh, wow.
A big old school mirror with
Right.
everything. So we did all the lighting.
So
and
just like a
everything.
light little upgrade.
Just a light upgrade. I mean, it's amazing what you can do with paint, and we use chalk paint with a clear coat.
Right. Perfect.
No problem.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You have like a receptionist right
We
here.
do
I'm
have a
guessing?
receptionist here during the day, and then in the evenings, what we do a lot of times, like we had a prom here on Saturday night, and they did a setup right here in front of our front desk.
Oh, beautiful.
We have an event attendant that's here at all times.
Yeah.
So we make sure, the areas are locked that need to be locked.
Perfect. What do we have over here?
We are just put up and are finishing our photo wall.
This is gorgeous.
And we have a Modern Elite Venue neon sign that's going to go up there. We just haven't had time to put it up yet. It
Okay.
just came last week. So this hallway is your main entry into two event spaces. And I just realized it's locked. I'm going to have to go and lock this for you. We have two spaces. We have a small space, which holds about 70.
I love these chairs.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool, huh?
It does. I love these chairs. Nice
So-
little chill out area.
Yeah, and my husband left, of course, but he has all the LED lights. We have up lights.
This is a huge space. I remember this one being like, what, about 4,500 square feet?
3,500. We
35.
figure we can get 200 in here comfortably, seated, in round tables.
This is gorgeous. I love this bar. Like, I love this whole setup right here. This is gorgeous.
That was just the weirdest space, and we had no idea what we were going to do with it, and we ended up putting the bar here. It was perfect for it.
This is literally perfect.
I know you normally have like portable bars and
Right.
stuff in all your videos, and initially that's what I was going to do, but then we decided to make something that was a little bit more.
This is gorgeous. This
Fixed.
is absolutely gorgeous. And I mean, you have the space to leave it in.
And it's an odd space anyways.
Right.
So all it would have been able to be probably was a lounge area
Right.
or something anyways.
Right, yeah. What is this table typically going to be used for?
Like the other day, we had an event here where they had a couple tables set up for just sternos.
Okay.
They were doing behind the bar, they were serving.
Right.
So they had drinks and stuff going here and then food back behind.
Nice. And I see you got the small slop sink right there. This
Yeah,
is
that's nice.
gorgeous.
It's a portable sink. We couldn't get water here because on this side of the building, there were no water hookups.
Oh,
The
wow.
main water hookups are way back down where the bathrooms are.
Oh, so this one has like its own water tank?
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
So it's like a portable sink.
Okay. And you said about 200 seated?
200 seated is, we have right now, we've only been open for less than a month.
Right.
Just over a month. And so we think we can get 200 seated in here
Okay.
with a dance floor.
Right.
And then we have the 360
I
booth.
noticed, yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just one of those, like, if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it so they can have it.
Yeah, no, it's a great add-on.
It's just one of those things that it's really easy to move and everything, so it's not like it's a problem if we're setting up and someone doesn't want it.
Yeah.
And almost everyone's paid the extra $300 or $400 for the event to have it.
I love it. So you've had a few events already.
We have grand opening a couple weeks ago, and then we had prom, like I said, Saturday night, and we had about 170 in here comfortably.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It's that season.
It is, but of course, no one knows that we're here really. We've
Not
spent
yet.
a little bit of time getting it out, but
Right.
really haven't had a whole lot of So we're starting to see, summertime a little bit. I don't know much about the industry. Obviously, I'm learning what I'm learning from you. I think I've watched every YouTube video you've ever put out. So, I'm one of those, I want to know everything.
Right.
And so we've learned a lot.
Okay.
But I have someone who helps me manage the space, which is nice because I have another business I'm running.
Right. Yeah, I remember you're busy with the other business.
Yeah, I'm actually a licensed therapist, so.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It was, but I have business in my blood, so.
Absolutely.
Family business, and my mom and dad both work with us, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
How many round tables do you have?
Right now we have 10, and then we have 10 of the 6-foot long
Rectangle
ones,
tables.
and then 10 of the cocktail. We have 100 of the Chiavari chairs. I debated on going with more, but as we book larger things that need more, then we'll purchase. That's
more.
what Terrion, who was
Yeah.
my business mentor, recommended.
Yeah. Shout out Mr.
Start with
Whitlock.
it. I love him. He's
Yeah.
just amazing. Seriously, he kept me in the program. I would have probably dropped out without him.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because when I had questions, he was just always right there. I'm super supportive.
So why drop out?
I just didn't know if it was what I really wanted to do.
Ah, got you.
I mean, I wasn't looking for another business, and all of a sudden I have another business in my hands.
Right.
And there were times where I'm like, what am I doing?
Right.
We got all the equipment in October because they were supposed to be done in October, and it didn't get done until March. So I held that equipment and the costs and all of that for 6 months, 7
Wow.
months. So it was a long process.
That's the one thing about entrepreneurship is like you just never know how it's gonna go.
Yeah, well, this was a major renovation. I mean, they did
remember.
about $160,000 renovation to get this entire 8,000 square feet done.
Wow, that's incredible.
But I didn't pay for it.
Right.
The landlord paid for it.
I remember that.
Yeah. So it's all about negotiation.
100%.
And knowing you can ask for, we got 2 months free on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's such a
this
big
space
thing.
had been sitting for so long, he was like, I don't know what to do with it. It
Wow.
was a school already zoned for assembly. It was a lot easier process.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What's over on this side? I see 2 rooms right over there.
Yeah, we have a storage room.
Okay.
And then a main hallway that takes you down to the kitchen area in our other business space, but we use it with caterers. See if it's unlocked, because he had an event, he locked everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so this takes you right down back to the kitchen area.
There's more.
These are all counseling rooms, and we have a neurofeedback business that we do
Oh,
as
wow.
well. So we're doing retreats on a regular basis. So this takes you back down to the kitchen area.
Oh wow. So they get access to that whole hallway, like back here and stuff
Well,
like
what's
that.
going to happen is we are renovating the other 7,000 square feet of the building.
Oh wow.
At which point this will probably become all venue, because we have another small room here.
Okay.
So we can fit like 25 in here for conference
Right.
style. But we're talking about like putting in like a groom's room, put in pool table and video games and
Oh,
some
wow.
fun stuff. They can do that. And then on this side, we'll do bride setup and things like that.
You have the space for it.
We do.
Yeah.
I think for us, kind of transferring everything to the other side makes sense as this event thing picks up, and they're asking for a lot of things that we have the room to do,
Yeah.
but we didn't know we needed it.
Right.
Or that they would want it.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. I think it's like before we put anything permanent in, let the feedback kind of say what people
absolutely.
want. Before it's like, oh my God, I made this a bridal room and then nobody wants it. I made this a conference room, nobody wants it. The data kind of just speaks for itself. So I think that was a smart decision.
Yeah,
for sure.
well, we did this because we need it for our
Right.
retreats and such. And then when we did our grand opening, we had a lot of bridal planners, party planners come through, and they're like, this is what you need to do with this space.
Yeah.
So, they allowed us to kind of get some thought process going forward.
Absolutely.
But I won't do anything until we actually find out
Yeah, absolutely.
and start booking stuff.
That makes sense. That makes sense for sure. Like, hey, I could make this happen if you want. And that's it. I love this painting.
Thank you.
Who did the decorations?
Me.
Like, you really? You had your hand in all? This is,
Yeah.
I really like this. I really like the white and the gold and the plants and stuff like that.
Well,
This is,
I mean, we're counseling on this side,
Right.
and so it's supposed to be calming and peaceful.
okay, makes sense.
But I can show you what it started as,
Yeah, please.
so you can see that.
Oh, wow. So this is the other 7,000
This
square
is
feet?
the other side of the building that we're getting ready to renovate
Okay.
right now. And so this is 7,000 square feet. And so the building itself is going to be 14.9 downstairs and 14.9 up. So this is what it looked like when we first took it over.
Right.
So what you're seeing over there, we've already renovated.
Right.
This was my starting point.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. Did you guys have to like knock down walls and stuff
Oh yeah,
like that?
here we're going to completely, they start on Monday taking all the walls out.
Okay.
And then I have a floor plan. I think we have 18 more offices. We're going to put in wellness on this side.
Oh, wow.
That we can have, like even the bridal parties and stuff, we'll have a place to come get wellness services and cold plunge, red light sauna, you know, all of those types of therapies.
So you guys, obviously you have the wellness business and whatnot and stuff like that. What is the arrangement with the building overall? Like,
well, right now we will have over 52% of the building at the
Okay.
point that we take and finish this. So we'll probably get into an ownership position with the owner. He's told me he wants to sell it at some point. So for us, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah,
you know,
it
for an
makes
SBA loan, we have to be at least 51% occupancy, and we will be that
Yeah.
here very soon. So.
That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So right now you guys lease about half the building, and the goal is to do like a lease to own situation.
Yeah, he's very well off, so he can carry it for us, and so more than likely we'll get into a lease option with him, begin to take over the building little by little, because he has like 2 and 3 year leases upstairs, but they're all different vendors.
Right.
So we're just one of the vendors. We have 4,000 square feet upstairs for offices, and then this space down here. So we'll have like 16,000 square feet, I think it is.
How long has the wellness business been operating?
7 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys do a lot of that stuff in person, because I hear you say
We do,
the
but we
office.
do contracts in schools and stuff, but we kind of always wanted everything under one roof.
Yeah.
And I started on the mental health side of things, and I wanted to kind of add to what we're doing, and I've always wanted the wellness. So my background is in health and wellness. For years, we owned tennis and fitness clubs when I was growing up. You know, I grew up in a family business. I have this crazy entrepreneurial brain that just wants to grow, grow, grow. But I'm 57. It's time for me to kind of think about maybe not doing it as much, but I still can't slow it down. So
I mean, just maybe.
I just have to figure a smarter way to do it, and I have people that are managing stuff for me.
Right. Do you feel you're at a point right now with the wellness? And the reason I'm talking about the wellness business, because obviously, like, that's where you got your start from. Do you feel that you'd be able to walk away for a month right now in your wellness business?
Yes.
And everything would go smoothly?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So,
Yeah, more so 8 months ago, 9 months ago, we've had kind of a shift. I pulled out, we're no longer doing insurance-based services, so we are cash pay only, which is huge in this industry because there's just, I was chasing the dollars from the insurance company.
Really?
Oh yeah, we would be lucky if we got paid 60% of the time.
What?
Yeah.
Why is
Insurance
that?
companies don't want to pay. They want to hold the money for themselves.
But
and they definitely aren't about their clients. So I had 2 billers, 3 front desk people, and a billing company chasing the money, and it got to the point where I'm like, it's not worth it. So we pulled out. And that's when we're recreating and why we're doing what we're doing.
Gotcha.
The venue came out of me wanting to be able to be open to people coming into Dunamis, which is my wellness business.
Right.
And then I started looking around at what's out there. I mean, there's old hotels with brown carpet and nasty tables. So there's nothing new and fresh.
Right.
And there's one small place, but they can take up to 50 people.
Right.
There's another place that can take up to 100, but we're the only one that can take over up to about 200.
Right. You have the advantage of size, and you guys are getting into the rentals too. You have the photo booth.
We
Talk to me
have
about
the
that.
photo booth. We have a bunch of furniture because I had like 50 offices that we are kind of disassembled, putting together. So I have tons of couches and chairs and little seating areas that people can rent. It's actually surprisingly, it's a couple $100 here and there, but it adds up really pretty quickly. You know, I have a wedding coming up on 4th of July, and between the bartender and the security and all the other stuff that we're renting to them, I think it's kind of like a $4,000, and they were going to pay like $2,400 somewhere else.
Wow.
But we're doing the cleaning for them. You know, we're not even making them sweep.
Right.
We figured at that point, you know, you've got 100 people here.
Yeah.
Let's just
I
take
just
care of
want
it.
to walk out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can just come in and leave.
Are you guys going to be getting more into, because I know you have a big space, are you guys going to be getting more into the rental and decor side?
Yes, probably. Probably. It's just going to depend. There are a couple really big companies here in the area, and it's a pretty small area. So I just don't know what that looks like.
Yes, you
I
do.
know I already have a wholesale background because of my business previously. I was retail. And so I still have a wholesale license. So I still get everything that we can use at wholesale.
Are there any vendors out here that like create the props and stuff?
There are a few, like there's one that does letters, but we brought them in like for our grand opening instead of dealing with the letters ourselves. So there's some small businesses I would rather support than rent. And I don't want to have to go outside of this building. I want people to come to the building.
Yeah. I think with the amount of size and whatnot that you have, would you be opposed to keeping it in-house?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not opposed because I'm going to get the right people in place. Right now, I'm still searching for the right person to kind of manage this for me. I have someone who's helping me and she's amazing, but she doesn't have the computer side of things. So I'm like, okay, there's only so much she can do when it comes to doing the setup, HoneyBook, and all the other stuff. I do have a virtual assistant that you guys helped me find, who's been amazing. She's been working for me for 6 months.
Beautiful.
So she's managing all the sign up, all the contracts and all of that. You know, Bianca helped me find her. There were some key pieces that your business helped my business in knowing that I didn't have to figure out the systems.
Yeah.
I'm a systems girl, but I didn't want to have to learn all of what was going to work, how am I going to set it up. You know, you have Naf who's helping me with the advertising, the AI stuff, and then Sam who's helped. It's been good to just have your group because I have a place I can go and ask questions.
Right.
For instance, I have a question for you right now. Is summer slower?
It depends. For the wedding,
I mean, I'm thinking people plan far enough in advance for summer, I would think.
So people typically book 2 or 3 months in advance. For weddings, it's a little different. Typically, May, June, July for micro events is a little bit on the slower side, picks back up in August. But for weddings, that's usually a bigger boom. And since you have a larger event space, I would not be surprised if you don't feel as much of this slowdown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So by next summer, it'll be different because most people plan weddings farther in advance, don't they?
Exactly. Which is why I'm saying, because you have the size of it.
And it gets to be 112 and 114 here in Reading in the summertime.
We felt it when we caught up.
It was only 85.
It was 92.
Okay, 92.
It was wild. And I was surprised because we were in LA and LA was like 60. I was like,
oh no.
That's weird. Yeah, I don't think you'd feel as much of it because I mean, like you said, you've been renting, you've getting bookings. Like a lot of micro events, they kind of feel the shock of it slow down right now around May, June, July.
I think the challenge of it for me right now is like the tours, you know, setting up enough tours. Right now we only have tours happening in the evenings and on Saturday mornings. I'm wondering if I should open up more during the day.
I don't think that's the problem at all. What days are you doing tours right now?
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
And Saturday.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
I
mean, we have staff here all day long, so it's not like I can't have other people to help them.
True.
I may cross-train a little bit, so if someone wants to drop in, I do have someone managing the phones so that they can handle that. But most people want to know the price before they book a tour.
Yeah.
How do you handle that?
All pricing and packages will be discussed at the open house. I've been doing that for 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, there's gonna be people who push. It is what it is. Just like, I need to know what you do. I need to know where you're at. I need to know what type of event. I need to feel you as a person. Like, it could go deep. You know what I'm saying? I've never let people bully me into discussing price over the phone.
Yeah. So part of that's training my staff so that they're comfortable with that because they really press. Want to make sure it's
just a simple script. All pricing and packages, we have something for everybody. All pricing and packages discussed. We just want to get a little bit more. We just want to know a little bit more about.
Yeah, because there's a lot of details you can get. You have to get besides, oh, I want to have a party for 40 people.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Exactly. So then it's just like, how do I quote that over the phone in 30 seconds, you know? And then of course the bigger part about that is just, we don't want any window shoppers. You know, we don't want people who are just like, all right, cool, this venue charged me $4,000, this venue charged me $2,500, this venue charged me $1,000. I'm going with the $1,000 one. We want to bring them in so they can really feel the energy and the experience in our space. Yeah. That's the way to do it. Okay. And that's why we sell bigger and bigger packages.
Okay, we can do that.
100%.
And those are going to be on a dimmer. They had to order new lights for us because they won't dim.
What's in here? Oh, there's a small one.
This is the small room.
So on Flash, they just continue to cycle.
Okay.
So you put these up and you put them up in other directions, or you put them in cross in the corners, and it creates a pattern all over the floor and the walls. So when you're walking in, you get all just different direction light.
I wanted a main entry so that like you could literally throw a red carpet down and make it, you know, you can balloon arch this area and you've hit those LEDs. Awesome. Thank you. So all the rooms have the LED strips and then we have uplights and we just include them in our package.
I love that. I love the sofa too, this pink sofa.
Okay, the pink sofa is one of the ones, I bought it on Craigslist.
Okay.
Or Facebook Marketplace for like $100. The woman that had it for her daughter's bridal shower. And I'm like, I have to have that for rental.
Yeah.
So it was set up with a couple other chairs. So then
lights are
oh wow,
every 18 inches you can have 12 to 18 inches you can have a separate color. Good.
Oh, this is crazy.
And they can all move at different rates as well. It's an RGB IC, so it's independently controlled, like control each individual
and
segment.
It's controlled by the music, so the music will set the
oh,
lights
that's crazy.
flashing.
You can even set it so that it's
and you do it all from like the phone? Okay, so the events attendant, I'm guessing, would have access.
We have a tablet
Okay.
that the event attendant.
Okay.
He can do it from home. I
Oh,
just
wow.
call and say, hey, I need green lights. And we have a couple rentals too where they're renting both the small space and the large.
I
So
can
they'll
imagine,
rent the
yeah.
entire thing and they'll put up, we're going to put like lounge stuff in here with a small photo booth in here for them because we have traditional photo booths as well as the 360 booth.
Got you.
So, what, babe?
We have them all set where each row is going to be its own light switch,
And it'll dim.
and each one will dim, so you can have as much light or as little light as possible.
Nice.
I'm going to open the curtains because I do want you to see this view. This is one of the reasons I got this space.
Oh wow, the bar has an LED sign.
All of these are set up, so like for the bar, if I go to the bar, I can then take and put it on music. Now, when somebody talks or where there's music playing, it picks up the audio and
Right.
it will go to the beat.
Not everyone has an IT husband built in, but it is handy.
I was gonna say that's a vibe.
And these were not expensive.
Right.
Yeah.
100 feet was like $65.
Right. Off what, Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Govee.
Okay. Okay.
Plus, Govee they make the lights that go behind the TVs. They have a device that sits up over the top of the TV and picks up the colors on the TV. And that's what tells the lights behind the TV what color to use. So if there's movement across the screen in a different color, the movement goes behind the TV as well.
Right. Right.
So it's a really, and they're not expensive.
That sounds insane. Yeah, I think I have something like that in my apartment where like it catches the movie stuff. So if I'm watching something, it'll like blast it all over
Yeah.
the place.
And they also have lights for outside under your eaves. You know, that new lighting when people are putting around their house?
No.
Govee makes that as well.
What is that?
So, you just went down the rabbit hole.
I did. I saw you got very passionate about this.
Yes, yeah, he has a background in electrical, so.
That's crazy. This is a ton of natural lighting. Yeah.
The other thing is that we put in the Tappy card, and the Tappy card already has blown up our reviews.
Okay.
It just, you literally go up and tap the card and it pulls up our review site. So
Oh, wow.
I recommend every venue have that set up for them. Either a Tappy card or just a barcode that takes you right to the Google review.
Oh wow, that's hard. And right by the bar where they're nice and lit. Oh, okay, okay. Like the Christmas light.
Yeah.
But they stay up all year. And you tell it what color you want. So Valentine's Day, you make
Right.
it white.
The house across the street has them and they're always every different color.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So for us, just the open space was a big thing for me,
Yeah.
the lights and just the windows. They're mirrored on the outside, so during the day, no one can see in.
Oh, that's crazy.
At night, it becomes a little bit more like a fishbowl that no one seems to care. They just want to have a good time.
When you say a fishbowl, what do you mean?
I mean that you can see in the party that's going on.
Oh.
At night, the mirrored effect utilizes the sunlight to shine off and make it where you can't see in.
Okay.
But at night, there's no light.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it feels like a fishbowl. You're,
Gotcha.
you know, people are seeing, and no one seemed to care.
Yeah.
They're going to have their party and really.
Yeah,
I have
who's-
one lady
yeah.
that asked for shears, and I'm like, well, if I have to, I'll move my shear wall. Right now, we just have that one, and I have more shears coming.
But you could just close the blinds.
Very much so.
Yeah. So.
But
You get the view of the mountains that way and the sunset
Oh.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the sunrise is on this side.
out that way. Plus, you got all the trees on the property.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I feel like if anybody complained, I'd just shut the curtains. Like,
Yeah.
Not that big of a deal. That's
Yeah.
crazy. How's the neighborhood and stuff like that?
It's all industrial, and there's a hotel. See that hotel?
Yeah.
That's Marriott, and they gave me a great rate. And so
On what?
they give me $150 a night for my
Oh, for
people
your
to get
guests.
to
Okay.
come in and book. So for people coming to have a big party like that, they're going to have their people stay across the way. There's two
Super
hotels right
convenient.
there that we have a great relationship with.
Super
so.
convenient.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
so
love
it's all
that.
industrial, so we can go later at night without getting into trouble.
Right.
There's no houses around here.
Perfect. Yeah, I always tell people to avoid the residential stuff. 'cause
Yes.
It's such a mess. It's
Yeah.
so annoying.
I mean, the city says 10 o'clock, but we've gone later than that with no problem. I mean, it's pretty well soundproofed.
Right.
You're not going to have people in this area except for the hotel complain, and the hotel has
Really good
more
windows.
soundproofed windows than normal anyway,
Right.
and they're not going to hear it.
Yeah, at least not from this distance for sure. They're definitely not going to hear anything.
We have the door works out well for food trucks.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
right
can
here.
Just walk right outside, if that's how they want to cater.
They had 2 food trucks here the other night for the
Oh,
prom.
this is crazy. Oh yeah, for sure. Boom, boom, right there.
Yeah.
Can't
Nice.
necessarily block
So
off
they
the
don't have
street.
to have we don't provide a caterer. We
Yeah.
have caterers that we work with, but it's nice because the food trucks can pull up and it's a lot cheaper for them
Yeah.
to get a food truck to pull up.
What's the parking situation like?
We have 92 spaces.
Okay.
Plus all the street.
plus all the street.
Okay, okay.
And the building next door is owned by the same owner, and he doesn't care if we use the space.
Okay.
So we can handle a lot of cars on the
Beautiful.
streets.
This is crazy. I would definitely, like we talked about with the rentals and decor, I would definitely, because think about it, like people come in, they don't have that. A lot of times they're not gonna have the rentals and decors. And the packages with the vendors and stuff like that works like, oh, I have a DJ, I have a caterer, I have this and the third and whatnot. But the rentals and decor, that's gonna bring up your profit like crazy. You know what I'm saying? You have it all at your disposal. We have the build out list and everything for you. The vendor list is all on the roadmap.
Yeah.
So I would definitely, like, as you bring in cash flow, invest, like how you bought the pink sofa, like, all right, cool, now I have a cream one, now I have a green one. And record that, use that for the ads, use that for the Instagram, because now it's just like people know that you
I
offer
think that's
that.
the hardest thing for me because I'm not into all that. So
Right.
it's like trying to figure out what does that really look like? You know, what does a good video look like? I fortunately have a daughter that does all of our social media. So she's kind of handling that. But like even the events, like what is a good video for me to shoot, right?
Right.
Am I shooting setup? I think I've seen you guys shoot setup videos once it's clean and ready to go,
Yeah.
those kinds of videos.
In the roadmap, there's like about 10 different iterations of like popular videos and stuff like that we personally ran as ads. So you can just literally emulate those.
Yeah.
You know, the setup, the breakdown, the throughout the event, things of that nature. People just like to see the process.
Right.
So there's like 10 videos, you could just click them and it'll take you to a Google Drive.
So I want to know because Sam did our funnel for us and we have to do the ads to go to the funnel?
What
Or
do
do
you
we, pardon me, because initially he was running ads.
Yeah.
But his ads didn't work with our advertising.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just wondering how we take and use that funnel with our advertising.
It's just a different link that goes to
Okay.
the call to action.
Okay.
So instead of it going to link 1, it'll go to link 2.
Okay.
That's it.
I'll tell her.
There you go. Perfect. Sounds good. But yeah, I would definitely, I love the curtains. Yeah. What is that, sheer wall?
It's just a sheer vault, and right now there's 3 of them on there. I actually bought 2 more for each of those, so that'll be a little bit more
Thicker?
dense.
Yeah.
And I didn't buy any more pipe and drape yet because I really haven't found like I needed it.
Yeah, no, I don't think it is.
That was just such a big white wall. I hated the feel of it, personally.
Question, where are you envisioning the focal point to be? Bride and groom.
At this point, there.
Really?
Because there is a huge, beautiful mountain out that window, and a lot of, right now, they've been there. That's what they've been looking at. Like turning all the chairs, so from here forward, like we have a wedding coming up on 4th of July. They're gonna do chairs here for 100, and then have the tables all set up over here. And once the wedding's done, then they'll go ahead and bring the tables and move them.
Okay.
Well, we've also had, as you can see, we had something the other night with
Yeah.
like 30 people, and they used this wall as the
Yeah.
backdrop.
That's what I'm envisioning.
So, and in front of the, you know, if you set up in front of the post, which of course we couldn't move because it was structural.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine even there.
Maybe.
The other night we had one here, and they actually put a projector on the wall and did stuff underneath the nice fire strobe.
Okay. Because I know people walking through here, it would probably have to go there. Yeah. The backdrop setup and whatnot, where like the bride and groom or the mother and father of the baby would sit and whatnot. Because yeah,
Well, and we can also take and do the pipe
Over
and drape
there.
over there.
That's what I'm
No
figuring.
problem. I have enough pipe and drape to cover this from one side of to the bar.
that's what I'm figuring. I'm thinking
Yeah.
because the video wall is gonna go there, move the pipe and drape over there, so that when people walk in, boom, that's the focal point.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. That's definitely.
And
what I would
in the wintertime, those mountains all have snow on them.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's really pretty.
do. Okay. But it would be covered, no? Because the curtains.
Yeah, but what I'm finding is that most people don't care. They like the window.
Well, I'm thinking more so like, you know, people typically have a backdrop setup. Like they'll have the
Yes.
curtains and they'll have like the walls.
We
or
have a bunch of photo booths. We have the big round backdrops of the balloon arches and all of that. We just took it down because we had a bunch of events that we weren't running, so we had to put them away. But normally I have them up. That's all covered in snow.
I guess just, yeah, leave it up to the guests.
Yeah.
And because this is a beautiful background, but I just know that a lot of people are gonna like have their own
Yes.
stuff up, like balloon
Well, and
garlands.
that's where the pipe and drape comes in, or backdrops. I have a bunch of backdrops from the photo booths. I
Okay.
have like 3 or 4 more backdrops that we can use.
Right.
That are color or, sparkle, whatever they want. This was from the prom the other night.
Got you. Okay, that's a vibe. Yeah, I think as the events pick up, you'll get more and more idea of like how things get situated.
I mean, we really are like the blind leading the blind a lot of times, so we don't know until we find it out.
Yeah. That's one of those things with events is just kind of like, especially the facility, it's like, all right, cool. I think that this is what people want or this is what people think they need. But then it's like when they come in, that's why we always say keep everything movable.
Yeah.
Because like you might think it goes over here, but it really goes over there, with that and the third, blah, blah, blah. And then as you start taking those clips and whatnot, people get more ideas.
We even had a pickleball court in here the other night.
Really?
They had introduced a pickleball club here in Reading, and so they had the kickoff here, and they had pickleball court right here, bouncing it off the ceiling and everything.
That's crazy.
done.
crazy.
And we do have a storage room right here. Did you unlock this?
Oh wow, there's a lot of space.
Yeah.
Nice.
This was all of our setup that we had out to
Right.
show people, all the lounge areas and
Yeah.
stuff, all the rental stuff. We have cute little pink chairs too,
Yeah, I see them.
pink and gold chairs.
Oh, I love those. Yeah. Which is why I was saying like video wall could go there, move the shears over here. And then that's just, it just stays there because
Yeah.
moving it back and forth would be ridiculous. Comes with speakers? Okay.
Yep, 2 speakers, a microphone, and we have 2 more small ones for the smaller room, just in case they were running at the same time.
Okay.
But yeah, the Terrion led me into these. I got them at Christmas time. I got like 40% off or
Oh,
something.
beautiful.
He was madder than a hornet that we got the good deal on him because I think I paid like $400 less than he did.
Yeah, I can imagine. Honestly, when we look at, cause like this is 24th venue that we've seen this week. When we hear about some of the stories like landlords paying for full build outs or like cheap wholesale deals on equipment, we're just like, what was this stuff when we were getting set up? You know what I'm saying? It did not happen, but
I love what you're doing because it allows people to grow and like see that they can do something
Right.
before they actually do it. You know, you have the systems in place, so it's like, okay, I can take that on. Your checklist, I lived by that checklist last fall. Seriously.
I appreciate
Every little
that.
box was
Yeah.
checked off to make sure that we had what we needed.
yeah. You were saying about the roadmap, sorry. Oh, you were like checking, you were like living by it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate
That's
that.
why I paid for what I paid
I
for.
appreciate that.
I didn't want to have to create it from the ground up. I've done that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I just didn't want the stress of that.
I could imagine. Oh yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I'm gonna outro you out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna say the Instagram, everything like that, just so people follow you,
Okay.
tap in. All right. You already know what it is, man. We are in Redding, California with the one and only Miss Jill Clark. Miss Jill, let us know where we're at.
You're at Modern Elite Venues, and our Instagram is Modern Elite Venues. We're 2195 Larkspur Lane, Redding, California.
Newest wedding venue on the block, about to take all the money in the area. Y'all saw it here first. Let's get it. Let's go.